Start taking questions for Coach DeBoer. Stephen Wino, AP.
Hey, Pete. Getting Ryan Reeves back tomorrow, obviously you've had him in your lineup consistently during these playoffs. What does he give you, especially in a series like this where the physicality has been ramped up?
Well, I think everyone knows what Ryan Reeves brings. He brings physicality, but he brings energy to our group too. He brings he creates a certain amount of room for people on the ice. He's a big piece of our group. It's not why we lost last night. I think it's an easy excuse. I think guys have to be better, and guys have to jump in and get the job done, and we know that. But having him back, he's an important part of our team.
Ben Goetz, Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Morning, Pete. This is the first time you guys are down 1-0 in the series, but obviously you've been in this situation before, and a lot of your players have as well. I guess just how much do you rely on kind of your veterans to set the tone for the response tomorrow?
Yeah, it's everything this time of year. Honestly, when you talk to coaches and the couple times I've been through to the finals, you get to this time of year, the players take it over. Everybody knows what their good game looks like. It's who can impose it on the other team, for the longest stretches. And, really, the further it goes, the less coaching you do, and the more the players take it over.
Jesse Granger, The Athletic.
Hey, Pete, I know I asked you about the third period last night. I'm wondering if you've had a chance to digest it and just if anything stuck out to you, why the third period was so much better than the first two.
Well, we were just better. They were the hungrier team in the first two periods for whatever reason. And, again, you never like to use excuses, but, we did play back-to-back on Thursday and Friday night, and it was 3-4. And yes, they played a game 7-2, but they didn't have a back-to-back situation. And sometimes that takes a little bit out of you, and it took us a little longer to get going. But I know our guys would never use that as an excuse, and I'm not going to either. I think, it might have been an excuse for the first 10 minutes of the game, but we should have worked into our game quicker than that, and we didn't get to it till the third period.
Justin Emerson, Las Vegas Sun.
Hey, Pete, both of your goalies have been playing pretty well this postseason. Obviously, that's kind of what you hope for when you go into the playoffs, but is it nice knowing that whatever goaltending decision that you've made has kind of worked out so far? All of your losses, I wouldn't think that any of them have been on the goalie. Just kind of your thoughts on that.
No, I would agree with that. I think both guys have been excellent. And, like I said, we knew coming in here that, if I was to draw it up, I knew we were going to want to be able to play both guys, and they've allowed us to do that by how professional they've been and their preparation and, their willingness to jump in there and get the job done for us. And, I think our defensive game has been good too. I think it's been underrated and it's helped, but I think both those guys have definitely been the backbone of what we're doing here.
Nick Kotzanika, NHL.com.
Hey, Pete, two questions. One, just how are you managing energy today? Are they off the ice completely? Like, what are you doing today to get energy back? And two, I think last night's game was obviously way different than the previous three, but you have no goals from your forwards other than empty netter in 4 games. Just how do you analyze that?
Well, listen, the last 2, arguably 3 games against Vancouver, against a normal goaltending performance, we're getting lots of goals. So, I don't, 2 totally different games. We didn't do enough as forwards to generate chances last game. The other games, you're playing a goalie that's standing on his head. So that you can't lump those things all in together.
Take a couple more for Coach DeBoer. David Shane, Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Hi, Pete. Just to kind of build on that, your top players, Mark Stone, Pacioretty, Riley Smith, Jonathan Marchessault, haven't scored in, a handful of games. I guess specifically with them, do you need more out of your top players at this point?
I think in game 6 and 7 of the Vancouver series, I couldn't ask for any more out of our top players. We had a red hot goalie. I think last night we needed more out of everybody. So again, you guys are lumping in statistics, together and totally different situations.
We'll take the last question. Ken Weeb, Sportsnet.
Morning, Pete. What are some of the challenges in dealing with that second wave of offense Dallas has on the back end, specifically to Heiskanen and Klingberg?
Well, they got the first goal last night. I didn't think I didn't think it was an issue for us other than that, and I know they stuck that one in the net, but, I don't know what the chances were, but it was a low event game both ways. I didn't think their offense gave us a lot of difficulty.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.